Formula Drift invades Palm Beach International Raceway for 2 days of screaming, smoking, and sliding drift action. So what exactly is drift racing?
It's almost like a sideways drag race. There's 3 parts of the competition. You have the qualifying, which plain and simple is you go as big as you can. You do something you don't think the car can do and try to get away with it. Then you have tandem, which is 2 parts. One is a leading part where you lead the other driver, and the other part is the following part. The strategy on those, leading, you're trying to go as aggressively as you can and get the driver behind you to not be able to do what you can do. And then following, you're just trying to mirror exactly what he does and stay as close as you can.
What makes a drift driver so special?
Well, a good drift driver needs a lot of practice. Practice and being consistent is the biggest key to drifting.
You just have to go out there and just try and beat your opponent. The weird thing about drifting is, you know, when you're following somebody, you pretty much have to feel like you're rubbing your nose right against their door the whole time. So it's kind of a weird feeling to get used to, but that's really what you gotta do. You gotta charge on them. You gotta stay right on them.
What makes a drift car drift?
All of our cars have a lot of forward bite. The cars really accelerate quickly while sideways, and you also need a lot of steering angles. So I'd say those 2 things are the 2 most important elements in a drift car. Having a car that can go somewhere whenever it's sideways, you just don't want to sit there sideways, not going anywhere, and also having a car with a lot of steering angle, it gives you the ability to really throw the car to the turn. And then on the other side of things, having the back end of the car set up well, you need the tire to be really square to the ground. That way as you get on the gas, you know, all that weight squats on the back tires, you have a clean contact patch and the car can accelerate forward. For powertrain, there's really no such thing as too much horsepower in drifting. We have a 734 horsepower GM Performance Parts LS7. The last thing is weight. The car needs to be really, really light. You know, Formula Drift introduced a rule this year where they limit your tire size based off how heavy or how light your car is. So obviously a lighter car has a narrower tire, heavier car has a wider tire. And it's helped out a lot, but still weight is weight. You know, horsepower helps your acceleration, but it doesn't help your braking and your cornering, whereas weight helps all 3, acceleration, braking, and cornering, which is really important in drift.
Off the track in the manufacturer's midway, the competition was just as high. Each manufacturer tent had everything from DJs to divas to bring the spectators into their display. Some even had contests for prizes. Of course, we had our favorites.
We love Rap TV!
As part of the day's events, the Fatlace crew held their Slammed Society Showcase, bringing out some seriously fresh boulevard cruisers to compete for trophies. This super clean Supra was among the top in attendance. As qualifying went on, the field was narrowed down to the top 16 competitors. As the sun went down, the track heated up, and the competition continued on until a champion was crowned. Don't let your chance to catch the action drift away. Make sure you are at the next Formula Drift event.